Hey guys, this is Tim Melvin of the Banking on Profits Report coming to you from down here on what so far is a really nice day in Central Florida. Of course, it's September. It's going to be raining by the end of the day, but for now, it's a pretty nice day. Anyway, I'm here today to talk to you about banking on profits because we're going to be making some big changes to this newsletter service. Now, we started this in July, August of 2013, so we're just about 2 years old. It took us about 6 months to get fully invested. And we started this, originally priced it at $999. We figured that we could deliver an institutional grade product to this underserved sector of the market. Hardly anybody invests in these little community bank stocks, and there's just a handful of us that have done it over the years. And it's made quite a lot of folks, a lot of rich, and paid fairly well off. And it's paid for an awful lot of my bad habits over the 25 years of my career as well, including buying these snazzy alligator shirts like this one's my new favorite shirt right here. But anyway, look, we didn't get great acceptance out of the gate because nobody was familiar with the idea of investing in these little banks. We told a great story on the webinar. We kind of got that, but the price point was a sticking point for a lot of people. So, we played around with the price. We eventually got down to about $3.99, and we signed a bunch of folks up. I think some of you paid a little more, some of you paid a little less on some of our discount offers. And but here's the thing: we really want to expand this service. Okay, we want to get a little more in depth into the banks, especially digging down into those sub 300 million assets banks that we've been calling bonus banks, just simply because they're very small and very hard to buy. In order to do that, we cannot continue to sell this thing for $400 or less and just have hundreds and thousands of subscribers all competing to buy these little banks. We're going to screw ourselves up. So we're raising the price back to the original points. Okay, we're going back up to $1,000. The marketing guys want the dollar for $9.99. Now it's going to be $1,000 a year for banking on profits, because as I'm about to go over with you, we've proven our point. But let me just relax everybody that's currently a subscriber. Okay, you guys are locked in for life at $399 a year, which is our base subscription price right now. You've been with me, many of you, from the real money days. Some of you I've known from the real world for literally decades now. You've been my early adopters. We've made you some money. We've made some money together. We've learned a lot together. Many of you have become friends since joining. So you get the early adopter special. You are locked into banking on profits at $399 a year for the regular service for the rest of your life, and that's going to include, of course, the monthly subscription to the Banking on Profits monthly newsletter that's been included pretty much from day one in your subscription, and we're expanding that as well and raising the price on that. But you're going to continue to get that free for the life, as long as you want it. Now, I'm 54 years old. I quit smoking about 9 months ago. My wife's sneaking vegetables into my food these days, and I love what I'm doing. So I love the Banking on Profit service. I'll be doing, if I hit the lottery tomorrow, I would not stop doing this newsletter every week. I enjoy it that much. I think it's one of the most exciting spots in the stock market, in spite of the fact that it's very illiquid and boring day to day. It's an exciting place to invest your money. So you're locked in, $399. All the benefits that you've got now, they do not go away. All right, so you guys have been great. You've been wonderful. As I said, early adopters, and we've had some fun and made some money together. So you're locked in for $399 renewal rate for the rest of your life. But now let me back up and talk about, we have more than proven our point. When I came out and started this, I said small banks are absolutely the trade of the decade. Everybody should be investing here. And you get the usual pushback. Oh my goodness, they're so illiquid, they're hard to buy, you have to hold them. See, that works in our favor, guys. Since we started this thing 2 years ago, we've had 79 stock picks. We have 70 open positions at the moment, 9 closed positions. We have 76 stocks that are up. About 40 of those are up by 25% or more. We have 3 stocks in 2 years that are down. Okay, now you're sitting down. Here's our biggest loser. It's down 2.4% from our original purchase price. Our focus on buying these stocks, preferably at 85% of tangible book value or less, we'll go up to 90 on occasion, and the buy list is allowed to run up to 91, 92. But the original buy, we try to do right around 85% of tangible book value. We look for strong loan portfolios, with loan losses in net non-performing assets 3% or less. We're looking for well-capitalized banks with equity to asset ratios, that indicate that they've got what it takes to meet any problems that come down the road. And then, because I've been doing this for 25 years, I know who all the activist investors are. I'm friends with a few of them. Some of them aren't friends with anybody and refuse to talk to anybody. That's actually probably pretty smart because you don't want to tip your hand on positions over cocktails some evening. But I know who these guys are, and I read their 13Ds and even their 13Gs every single day. I know who the smart bank stock and specialers and mutual funds are. When they're in one of the stocks that we own, it gives us an additional, increases the odds of the stock going higher. There's a presence agitating for change and for higher prices and for possibly a takeover. So 76 out of 79 stocks are higher. 100% of our bonus picks are higher. We are beating the market solidly in what has been a rough year. The market is down year to date, as you know. We are up a little over 9%. The market is down over the last 52 weeks. We are up about 13.5%. We have proven ourselves in a very bad, very sloppy stock market. We are achieving these gains with lower day-to-day overall portfolio volatility. You can see some intraday swings that look a little goofy because the spreads can be quite wide in some of our stocks, but on balance, they're far less volatile than the market. We are collecting dividends. We're a little shy of 1%. Look for that to grow going forward. We've participated in about 15 takeovers so far in just 2 years. We have our average closed trade, 9 closed trades, have been closed in an average of 56%. And that includes a couple of arbitrage trades that we closed at much smaller percentages than that. We've had a couple 100% winners already in just 2 years out of these just very boring little community banks. So we've proven our point. We have an edge here. It's a lasting edge. It's been around since I got involved in the small banks in a big manner over 20 years ago. Problems in the industry are pretty easy to see. We came into late 2007, 2008. I think we might have had 2 banks left in the portfolio because valuations were so high. And, of course, loan losses were starting to climb, and that's just a big exit signal for us in individual bank stocks. This is a specialized niche of the market. It's incredibly profitable. It has made many, many millionaires over the years that I've been doing it. I've seen guys just make a ton of money investing in community banks. And here's a test. Go out to all the wealthy guys in your town. You talk to the realtors, talk to the construction guys, the attorneys, the doctors, and ask them what local stocks they have. You'd be shocked how many of them have a very large presence in the local community bank, even after the last very difficult 5 years for the industry. Everything's coming together. If you saw the FDIC report that I sent out to subscribers this past week, conditions are improving, especially for community banks. SNL just released data shows that takeovers are still quite robust. So you have this unique win-win situation in the industry, and it's going to go on for years. So we're raising the price from $399 to $1,000. Current subscribers are locked in. Now, for those of you that are not current subscribers, I'm kind of springing this out there. A lot of you have been on the fence and should I? All right, you've got till the end of September. You can still subscribe and lock in $399 for life. Okay? I think that's a pretty fair deal. Then we're going up to $1,000 so we can keep our pool of investors focused on those that are serious about investing in the space and are willing to pay for the good advice and good service that I think that we give. We deliver, I think, more content than anybody else on a weekly basis in the newsletter industry. So we're also going to be making some changes, getting more in-depth, a little more industry-wide with the monthly publication. We're going to be looking at some of the growth banks, some of the acquiring banks, and how they stack up and where the returns might be there. We'll get a little more in-depth into what's going on in the industry in a weekly basis. We'll look at some of the technology things that are going on that are actually pretty exciting throughout the banking industry. So that's going to get a little bit more detailed. You still won't get a guided portfolio. That's for the regular service only. Going to raise the price on that to $199. That'll be the entry level. We'll give you a lot of information to make you a better bank stock investor, but for that hand-holding guided portfolio service, drawing on my more than 2 decades experience in the small banks, that's going to be $1,000. So I think the price is incredibly fair. It enables me to grow the business at a reasonable pace and not flood the subscriber count with people that are going to use market orders and are not serious about investing in the small bank space, and could very well screw this up for the rest of us. So in order to put the time and energy into this to make this the best possible product for you, the subscriber, we're going up to the $1,000. We're going to be making more improvements as we go through the year. I think it's a bargain at $1,000. It's a super bargain at $399. All my normal regular subscribers as of now, you're locked in for life. If you buy this month, you're locked in for life. If you want to give a gift to an adult child or a soon-to-be adult child, we'll lock them at $399 for as long as they choose to subscribe as well. So, you've got a brother who's floundering around chasing, the hot stocks of the day, and you want to give him something that might actually benefit his net worth over the next 15 to 20 years, you can lock him in at $399 for life. So that's the deal as we stand. We are raising the price on Banking on Profits and Banking on Profits Monthly. I think it will continue to be a superior investment service. It's going to get even better going forward, but frankly, we can't afford to keep doing it at this price. But again, to current subscribers, I want to say thank you. You've been my early adopters. You've been with me. We've made some money. We've had some fun. Made some friends. Let's keep doing it that way. I'm not going to change your price. But as of the end of this month, October 1st, Banking on Profits new subscriptions goes to $1,000, and Banking on Profits Monthly goes to $199. We're going to have just as much fun. We're going to make just as much money. Unfortunately, this year we won't be able to do it while we're watching the Orioles in the playoffs, but we got to take the good with the bad. But anyway, this is Tim Melvin, the Banking on Profits service. Guys, we've proven our point. We're going to take the price up to where it needs to be. Current subscribers, you're coming along for the ride at the current price, locked in for life, either yours or mine, whichever comes first. So anyway, thanks a lot, guys. This is Tim Melvin on Banking on Profits. I've got to go take the crack staff for a little quick walk here, but we'll be in touch as the week goes on because there's all kinds of exciting stuff going on in the banking industry this week. Talk to you soon.